1 second. Okay.
Like there was parking there.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Now, how are you? Very well. Oh, you sure you don't want to sit here? I know. One at a time. That's good. I hope you have a good time. Good.
Oh my word. I'm gonna get a nosebleed up there. What the heck?
I didn't know.
If you don't sweat to death.
I
I do remember
She did just say I promise. She said, oh,
Have fun.
I'm gonna get a nosebleed up there.
okay. Maybe I'll get a hot flash up there. Because I'm getting it down here. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. How are the kids? My youngest just turned 16. So I guess they were around the same age. Wow, so they're both driving. Yes. All right. Oh, I can't believe that. They're doing good. Yeah.
Good Lord.
I know. It's like they're kind of heat us out.
I know, right?
Listen, I still oh, he bought me that. He bought me that. I still have that. Yeah, that little 31 bag that you have there. I still use that purple one. Yeah, I think about you all the time. Every time I get in the car.
Say prayers.
I will. It'll be good.
Good luck to your daughter.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, you.
I'll go away. Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh.
That's August. And then July, I'm up in childhood friend, she's from Whitman to Erie for her family. So I will go up for a bunch of different things. So like I'll go up and spend one day. She's we'll go up another day. So I'll spend walking distance of the beach. We get a little closer. You know, we started far away from the beach and then we got closer. Yes. We usually get that like on our this night in, no one wants to go, we don't want to relax. Wait for it. Especially on what, Saturdays, when everyone's coming, Friday night and Saturday.
That's all.
We like it, man. Low key. We actually bring, like, I'll cook it on sockets. My brothers do that with my favorite restaurant, so like, we don't eat out a lot. You know, but we have food, we just have to keep walking. So the oven, so we have to go. Yes. No one wants to get ready. Like, we just want to come out of the pool, eat, and then go back. Like, what? We gotta actually put on clothes? Yeah, our babies. One night we typically wear. Sometimes I'll take my nieces with that. They do their own clothes, so I'll take them out. Buffy says. Basically all the things that we have.
It was back there. Oh, where? And then when we walked in, I didn't see a yellow paper hat.
So what if they don't?
Oh, they will, we already talked about it. We're the ones that write the money. And that's not true.
They can't start.
They probably have to have it, I would assume.
We get two trial.
Just to let everybody know, the board secretary is printing the agenda, the front to the back. The back didn't get printed. It'll be a few minutes and then we'll start.
Yeah, and that was definitely like, they're supposed to be very clear, and she's probably.
He said, there's no tissue. He said, yes, that's what I said, because he said, and then he needs to look at me. But that's what I said.
Usually sit in front. That's super weird.
Well, no, it's I know, but I mean, like, he didn't just like. We got it.
Oh,
I mean, it helps that it's summer,
yeah.
and I can put 3 bodies down. That helps, and it comes to school, you know, and
Yeah, and I'm not trying to get with those kids, and I'm having trouble finding.
Well, he told me, because I didn't know. Besides that,
Yeah.
No, wait, Carnegie Park. No, don't use those. It's rubber. The ball doesn't bounce. The ball doesn't bounce. No, it's like not rubber, like a plastic. The ball will not bounce. You went there. We like kept asking our members that we won't use it. And then the one day they're like, let's go use them. And like, okay. Rarely. We got points by serving because it hit and roll. Like, I was with my brother and a couple friends, he's like, somebody get blue. I go, this better not look like it. Do not go to the gym and get blue. I love it. Well, and like, you can still see like the cement underneath. Like the lines of the cement. Like,
But then she did see inside out too. They did show them how to put it on. We're gonna go Friday.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody get a copy of the agenda?
You're like third on this.
I'm not excited yet.
I don't know what it's like. Where did you take the books and spending?
Okay, good evening. All meeting to order. Legislations.
Mr. Short.
Present.
Ms. Drury. Ms. Heem. Here. Mr. Montana. Mrs. Sexton. Mrs. Trainer. Here. Mr. Olinger.
Present.
Dr. Mariano.
Public comments on the agenda, Mr. Lee. Yeah, why don't we amend the agenda? So let me make some some basic statements first. We are going to pull item 7.21, wraps for the high school auditorium. It seems that they actually don't want the wraps, which is good. So that will come off the agenda. And I'd like to amend 7.17 on the agenda, which is, let me state this first. The 2024-2025 student meal prices for food service. To read, breakfast for the 2024-2025 school year is at no cost to all students. Then the $1.65 breakfast for the primary school, intermediate school, middle school, and high school be revised to say that students may purchase a second breakfast for that amount, which is $1.65. So that will need to be amended. So that's the motion. Motion made by Ms. Heaney, may I have a second? Second by Mr. Hollinger. Any discussion on this item? All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion passes. So now I'll move to public comments on agenda items.
We would like to invite any resident and taxpayer of Chartiers High School District who wishes to address the board to please sign in. When your name is called, please state your name and address when you approach the board. We appreciate your interest. Please keep your comments to 3 minutes. Kim, is there anyone signing to speak on current agenda items?
Yes, we have a few people. Alexa Sereni. When the Department of Education companies servers, they sometimes turn over operations to a private and charter operator. Charter schools are usually personnel or overseen by an independent board that the same educational requirements and employee contracts with other schools. So what that means is they can change our school calendar, hire non-certified teachers, and do the curriculum that doesn't meet our rigorous standards. Experiences like this show us that any of the charter isn't the chosen path. Challenges facing our financially distressed district will continue. Student performance will improve, staff turnover will be high, and morale will be low. I have a suspicion that some of you on this board are familiar with the group called Moms for Liberty. The Southern Poverty Law Center is named them as a student speaker. They're targeting swing states, Pennsylvania, New York, and they're urging parents to rethink their school boards. These moms aren't educated. They don't think children need social emotional learning programs or focus on soft skills. These moms don't want their kids learning about racism. These moms have preferred school libraries or books that present gender on the spectrum. And these moms are aiming to get the government out of our schools and to enable public education from the inside. You might be wondering how this is relevant to this budget discussion today, because guess what? The first bit of information to candidates and endorse from school board, they tell them, whatever you do, don't raise taxes. An underfunded school district is chaotic. Don't let it happen anymore. Pass the budget.
Emily Marco.
So you all are here in this role for one reason. Actually, for 100 plus students in Chartiers School District. Without them, your role literally does not exist. You are here, first and foremost, for the students. Schools are for our next generation of society to develop, learn, and grow. So they can do great things and maybe sit in this seat and do a little bit better than you're doing. You have an obligation to these kids. And yes, to the taxpayers, which by the way, I'm a taxpayer, and all of the kids' parents and families are taxpayers. So yes, you do have an obligation to us. We all, as a community, have an obligation to these kids to be sure we're creating a space where they can learn and thrive with critical programs, services, resources, and high-quality education that Chartiers Valley has always been known for. All of us have an obligation for the greater good. That cannot happen without a fully stable operating school district. As the Director of Finance has repeatedly shared with you and the community, the only way to remain stable in the short term, but also in the long term, is to increase the Act 1 index tax to 5.3%, which is quite literally in place to address our exact situation, rising inflation. So, I implore you to vote no to your proposed budget that damages our school district for a very long time. And instead, vote on a budget like all the other districts that are modeling the way for the same situation to include the 5.3% tax increase.
Ashley Murphy.
Ashley Murphy, one of my favorite orders for you. I have some questions really, for Mr. Taylor will be here today. And I'm looking to answer, I know we don't have workshops, to have Q&As with our board, so hopefully these will get addressed. Is there any way to see who our construction manager has contracted out with for work? I'm just not finding it in easy accessibility to see who's coming and knowing who's going to be doing everything in our programs until we see the bills. Or it's just again, documentation, the information out there, it's just not really available. Do we have access to see the contracts between CHC and its subcontractors to make sure that the current regulations and standards of CHC will see people who are doing the actual work, if there are standards, to see these standards. Another question I have is why is the factors of consumption being held when the industry standard is 10%? We have had some hiccups in the past, and I think that 5% would help us should something get installed poorly and be able to just maintain and have that cushion. Again, industry standard is 10%. There's no reason to offer someone a 30% completed contract of 5% attention. In February, one of the bills on the agenda today was a February bill for the reading material for the auditorium. That invoice was for diversity none. It is now making its way here. It was for material only. The question I have is where where is this material? It is listed under this period, not store material. It is store material. We have it in the auditorium present and I launched there. So I'm just wondering where is being stored? Is there insurance on it? Is it being stored in an environment that due to the typical material that it is? Since it was built so long ago, then why, where is it? Where is all the documentation to prove where things were building it? To make sure that that material is not going to be a defect by the time it's installed, which should be soon. We're going to talk about grass. We'll move on from there. Again, just the documentation that two communities ground is working in these buildings. And then for the budget. I do believe this is a decision to approve a budget in such a high deficit. I know we have a large number of representatives who members within this community. However, to put the sole responsibility on the school, the education, the foundation for these generations that will grow up to be the people who make these decisions when we're old enough to do that, it's ridiculous. There are other programs that are going to help offset those taxes within the school outside. They pay taxes local, state, federal, by the following school district.
Maybe next one.
Hi, my name is Amy Exler. I live at 1072 Back Street, Bridgeville. I have a question about the construction update. If there's going to be a construction update tonight. No construction has been started in the auditorium. I believe it was supposed to start June 11th of this year. It was supposed to happen last summer, and it never happened last summer. So we suffered another season through a bad rating situation in the theater. So is that starting this summer? Is it happening? Also on costs for the rating, there is a line item for curtain labor for $10,800. What does this include? You have many people that work in that theater doing all the shows that certainly hang the curtain. So if that's something that is within the curtain labor, is hanging the curtain, that is something that we would do in-house. So we would like that rating to happen because we're past our due date on that. The other thing is the capital budget. When you pay nothing, you get nothing. I never thought I would be glad when my kids were done with public school. I moved here, the CDU was financially stable. I would like you to raise my taxes so that current and future CD students can get quality education. Programs should not be being cut. Kids come to school because of not the academics. We send our kids to school for the academics, but they come to school for the fun stuff. So we don't want to see anything happen. We don't want those teachers. So please raise your taxes. Thank you.
So I'd like to announce we had an executive session prior to this public meeting to discuss personnel
Can't hear you.
and safety matters. On to recognition.
Turn your mic.
We can't hear you.
On to recognitions. Any recognitions this evening? None? So let's move on to the superintendent's report. Dr. Imperio, I think we have a construction update from Mr. Allen.
We do, Mr. President. I first wanted to say I'm here acting as the interim superintendent and I will devote all of my time and attention to working for the benefit of the district. I've done this in several other districts, so I'm familiar with the process. And your challenges, while they may be a lot, they're not unique to you, as some of our public speakers indicated. I thank you for the comments. The thing that we're going to provide you with now, Mr. Callender is going to provide you with a construction update.
Thank you, Superintendent. I guess a lot of people are wondering what going on with the field and stuff like that. I mean, that's all being worked on as we speak. And a lot of people were asking about the auditorium, and they should be starting that project within the next 2 weeks. And they will be done with it as soon as summer is over. So before school starts, they will both be done. And we did the one project underneath the gym. We lowered the gym. That project was supposed to last all summer. We were ahead of schedule, and we got it done within 4 weeks. So, and me getting thrown into this project as a construction manager, I'm trying to handle everything I can, stepping into the project in the middle of it. And we're working all the bugs and whistles out, getting all that straightened out. So there's a lot of issues with it. Lot built according to drawing and specs, and we're getting them all worked out. And we should hopefully have everything done by August, end of August. So, and then I got thrown into the maintenance issue, and we're working on a lot of stuff as we speak, and doing a lot of preventive maintenance progress, and fixing up all the schools, trying to do whatever we can with money we have, and doing a lot of the guys are working, getting a lot of projects done that we have, and trying to do the best we can do. I was to say, in construction, Rome wasn't built today either. So we got thrown into a lot of projects and a lot of issues that nothing got done over the years. I was here 25 years ago, and we won awards for these buildings. And now, I'm back into it 25 years later, and we're at the bottom of the barrel trying to work our way up again. And trying to do the best we can, making things look right, and getting the grass cut, and weeds taken care of, and I don't know what else we can do. We're just trying to do the best we can with everything.
Well, so, a lot of the projects I'm dealing with right now in the maintenance division is yearly contracts. And I would say that the district probably, I don't want to put a value on it, but I save them extremely a lot of money putting projects out for bid. And a lot of the projects did go out for bid because a lot of the other facility directors just let it ride. And I put it all out for bid and seen a lot of stuff that wasn't taken care of. And, we're paying people to take care of stuff that they weren't even doing. And I find that all out. And I'm doing, I was only supposed to put in 4 days a week. I'm here 5, 6 days a week, trying to get all this stuff straightened out. And I have to stay on top of everything myself, because I own the construction company. I built these buildings, I built facilities, I built hospitals, I built different stuff, stadiums, and a person's job never ends. I go to bed with it and I wake up with it. I'm here at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, and I stay here till 3, 4 o'clock, sometimes 8 o'clock. But I stay on top of everything. I try to say the day-to-day problems I try to straighten out and try to put the right person in the right position. That's what I try to do.
I try to do everything I can for the school. I have a lot of history with the school, and I didn't go to the school, but I have a lot of history with it. You know, that's what I did so far while I was here for the month that I handled the maintenance. The construction management part I've been working on since I got here, trying to put together contracts and see what's going on, who's doing this, who's doing that, and why things got done wrong, and this, you know, so I'm looking at. So, trying to do the best I can with everything.
Mr. Calendar, I have a question. You talked about, something I heard when you were discussing all the updates that, all of the inspections for a lot of the equipment was way out of date.
Yeah, some of it was outdated, you know. Then a lot of people do their job, I don't know, I can't answer them, I don't know what they do, I don't know what they consider the job was, but, I got an obligation to the school to get everything updated and put in with the state and everything. I mean, there's a lot of things that haven't been updated for years, and they just let it ride. And we're here to do things right, make sure the safety of the kids is okay, and all that, so make sure if something don't work, we fix it, we try it. We do the preventive maintenance, all we can do with the people we have, and
Is it possible to, this is for the board, is it possible for our Director of Communications, for Angela, to be able to post onto the website just a quick bulleted update of where we are with the construction?
They actually, I don't think Angela's here, but I expected that to be done for this evening, but if it is not, I mean, somebody can go to the web and look, I did not, but there is supposed to be all the old stuff archived at the bottom of the page, and then as we discussed in the previous board meeting, all the new stuff that Pete is doing, along with anything that's not legally sensitive, updated about the stadium project.
Catherine, you can do your job and somebody else can do the PR.
Yeah. That's supposedly she's shown that. I think some people maybe asked, have you seen that or not? No. Julie, did she show you it? No. Okay, so it's not published yet, but she assured me that it would be. Yeah, I mean, totally makes sense.
Dr. Mariana, Angela did meet with Pete and myself to update some of the summer projects, such as the auditorium. There were some things related to the stadium that we did not include because of legal things that might be happening, so that was purposely not put on the website.
No, that's fine, but I would think that there would be an update so people understand what's happening in the auditorium. You know what I mean? Like what's happening elsewhere. That's what's happening with the concrete that's coming out by that door number, I don't know, or as you go by the primary school, that thing that you go over and you ruin your car.
Yeah, we have catch basins from the primary school by the bus garage being replaced, fixed in the bus garage. We got building underneath the stadium, it's getting a new floor put in because what it is now, it's below grade and water goes inside the building, so you can't store nothing in it. And we're gonna store all of our trap stuff in there. And after the middle school, it's dirt, and we're gonna fix that too. And we're gonna do preventive maintenance on some of the concrete that's there, like steps and everything we can do.
So when we put that information on the website, it would be nice if it is on the scrollable runner at the bottom with all the different things, so that finding the construction information doesn't require a deep dive into our website. So just a suggestion.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you, Mr. Allender. On to the solicitor's report.
Can I just ask a clarifying question about this?
Okay.
I think that what some of the people requesting the question is like they're concerned about things being ready, so I don't know if what you're saying with the legal things, like are we able to say, I know we don't have like a specific date, but you know, should we track specifically things?
What? I can't hear you.
We can hear you.
I just think that the question before and tonight, maybe like specifically, I don't know legally what we're allowed to say about, like they're concerned about, like, will the track be ready? I think that's like the big looming question.
I think, as we said before, the goal is to have the stadium complex done by August 25th, which would be some, anything more, it's all a legal question. So, I can hold on that. Any other questions? That's a good question, Mrs. On to the solicitor's report.
What Dr. Mariana just said is accurate. I think everybody knows that there have been some delays and some concerns with the stadium. Some of the items are a legal issue, but we are absolutely prioritizing getting the kids back on the field in a timely manner. So the goal is to have the stadium ready by the first football game. We are working very hard to make that happen. We'll continue to provide updates. And that's really all I can say at this point, because some things are, in negotiations because of some issues going on there. But I have the full expectation, cross our fingers, that it will be ready for the first football game. I don't have any other updates tonight. I did talk to the board in the executive session, but I don't have a report this evening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to the informational agenda. Mrs. Sexton for Shasta, anything to report this evening? Okay, moving on to Mr. Ollinger of the Pathfinder School.
It was a light agenda. We discussed the progress of the summer projects, and we were given our audit report. We received an unqualified report, which is the best you can get. So I forgot to bring it. I'll bring you the copies of the report this week. That's all.
Mrs. Trainer, the Allegheny Intermediate.
Yes, we recently had a board retreat where we reviewed the strategic goals and the SMART goals that we will be working toward this year. And another exciting thing that happened is last night we did ribbon cutting for the Head Start Early Childhood training classroom. What this is, it will be a working Head Start classroom with students, but it will also allow our incoming Head Start and early childhood teachers to come in, practice some best practices, instructional methods with the class that's there, as well as allow our aides to get some practice before they are sent out into their classrooms out in the community. So we're very, very excited for that, and look forward to welcoming the first group of children there on September 3rd. So if you want to check out the AAU website, we'll probably get pictures of that. It has an outdoor playground. It's phenomenal, and it's hopefully going to very much help with our shortage of early childhood educators.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Chora, Parkway West and Technology Center.
Yes, thank you. Once again, our enrollment projections for this coming school year is off the charts. We're probably going to be close to 1,400 Chartiers Valley's leading the charge again, probably up with those students. We were busting at the seams out there. Also, our restaurant prices at the restaurant at the Parkway, we're going to keep them at $10. If any of you folks are ever on Wednesday and Thursday during the school year, you got to do the lunch. It's $10, and it's wonderful. We got 4 or 5 entrees, really good stuff. Also, Parkway has two mini camps a year for incoming middle school students. We just had one a few weeks ago, and that was over the charts. We had 800 students. And last but not least, because we were busting at the seams, I'm sure most of you folks have heard that this is not etched in stone, but college, I told you that they are bankrupt. And Parkway is looking at that facility. It would greatly benefit Parkway and all the other school districts. So we are looking at that, and right now it's been fairly good. And I will keep you updated. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. That'd be a great opportunity for Parkway. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. May I have a motion for items 7.2 through 7.20?
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Shura, second by Mr. Hollinger. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion passes. On to action discussion. May I have a motion to approve the agreement with HASCO to provide transportation consultation services not to exceed $10,000. Motion made by Mr. Holder. May I have a second? Second by Ms. Steen. Any discussion on this item? All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? No. The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve McCausland Consulting Services Incorporated? Motion made by Mr. Holder. And a second? Second by Mr. Montani. Just to let people know, this is the Director of Finance currently at Bethel Park School District. He will retire from there at the end of the month, and then he will work for us as they just went through a search to look for a Director of Finance. So we'll utilize him in the absence of Mrs. Conley. That is the reason for that motion. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion passes. And I do have to applaud Dr. D'Imperio for moving fast on that and finding someone definitely qualified and able to do the job seamlessly as actors. May I have a motion to approve the 2024-2025 capital budget in the amount of $487,514. Motion made by Mr. Olinger. And a second. Second by Ms. Steen. Any discussion on this matter? All in favor? Aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve the 2024-2025 Homestead Farmstead Resolution? Motion made by Ms. Steen, second by Mr. Montani. Any discussion on this item?
Just a question. The homestead farmstead resolution, does that help any property owner with a certain income to a decrease in their school taxes so that anybody who has a homestead that they own in district can apply for that? Is that correct?
Yes. Pat, if you'd like to expand a little bit on this.
Yes, the homestead exemption is based on the property value. So the higher the property value, the more of a tax decrease the homeowner will receive. So it's a one-to-one correlation.
This property tax reduction, remember, is from the gains Yes, so each property owner receives a reduction in their school taxes, which is a 20% increase from 23-24, which was approximately $130.
Yeah, so to do due diligence, this is to let the public know that if you were in this position, that there are things that you can apply for to help you out with taxes, and to not let those go unapplied because they're there for your benefit.
Yeah, so we do this every year. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to adopt and approve the general fund budget of the Chartiers Valley School District in the amount of $78,337,438 for the fiscal year beginning the first day of July 2024, with the necessary revenue for the same period of the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2023, provided by an earned income tax resolution, a deed transfer tax resolution, a realty transfer tax resolution, and an occupational privilege tax adopted May 25th, 2004, and a realty transfer tax resolution dated January 9th, 2007, and by a school tax on real estate which is hereby levied and assessed at a rate of 20.1909 mils, or at a rate of $2.02 on each $100 of assessed valuation of taxable property, and to adopt and approve the Chartiers Valley School District budget resolution dated June 27th, 2023. All taxpayers required to pay on real estate imposed by the school district shall be entitled to a 2% discount within 2 months after the date of the tax notice, shall be charged a penalty of 10% if paid more than 4 months from the date of notice, and all delinquent real estate taxes shall be charged 10% interest unless taxpayers elect to pay such taxes in installments. The board secretary is hereby directed to append a copy of the budget to the minutes and give notice to the Department of Community and Economic Development of the Act 511 taxes as required by law. So I do a motion. Motion made by Mr. Oliver, and second by Ms. Heath. Any discussion on this item?
Yes. So there's a couple of things embedded in here. One, if you read the documents, that we're looking at a $2,800,000 shortfall without raising taxes. And the plan to make up for that is to take $1.9 million from debt stabilization and to take $1.9 million from the general fund. What is interesting to me is that there have been multiple times when the majority board has complained about how previous boards have spent all of our cash. But yet, that seems to be the plan to move forward here. So there's a bit of a contradiction with that. There is also the issue that was brought up by Ms. Reddy, I hope this is your name right, about Act 141 of 2012, and that is the resolution that allows PE to put districts on financial watch, financial recovery, or receivership. And that is a 3-step process based on the financial standing. If you look at the projections moving out to 2027, I believe, it's a deficit of $8 million. So when you move into those, ultimately receivership removes the board from the equation for 3 years and then puts them back in there. I hope that the majority of the board has a plan moving forward rather than a year-by-year fix as we plummet over this financial cliff. So something to consider as you make your vote. And by the way, our tax rate is 5th from the bottom in Allegheny County.
Okay, so anybody else have a comment?
Yes. Last year, after the tax increase was passed by the other boards, 7th tax increase in a row, by the way. All through this last year, I'm out with my home every day. I'm all over the community. The people that I run into, friends, relatives, neighbors, what they say to me, they're killing us. Your school district's killing us in taxes. And I hear that everywhere. It's not from 10 or 12 or 15 people. It's many, many people. You can't keep throwing wood when you got your bed. You just can't.
Well, unfortunately, the Commonwealth of PA gives us no choice. Even though it has been said to be unconstitutional, the way that this is set up with property taxes, they have yet to give us another alternative. So we are stuck with that as our only way to fund our school districts, with very little percentage coming from the Commonwealth or the federal government, which, by the way, the Commonwealth has not agreed upon yet, still with the budget. So yes, it is a hardship, for sure it is. For all of us who are on a fixed income and live in the district, me included. People have mentioned that without their spouses or their partners' income, they could not afford their house. I'm right there with you on that. But should the district begin to fail to provide education, your property values will drop like a rock. Because that is the thing that
so if we could have feedback from the audience at this time, so we can forward your reports discussion. Thank you.
We are still comparatively low to our neighbors. We do not move to South Fayette, Mount Lebanon, Montour, West Allegheny, Upper St. Clair, take a pick, and not be at the upper end of the taxes. Let's not even talk about
Why?
we can't. Let's not even talk about where they are educationally because of all that. So just things to consider as we move forward and as we take this vote. Responsibility after the vote. We can't just do a vote to not do taxes and then say, okay, that's all I wanted to do. We need to have a plan moving forward because as was stated by I think Ashley Murphy, or maybe it was Emily, Marco, I'm sorry, I apologize. Our obligation is to foremost to the students and to the district.
But you also realize we are a governing board, we are not an operational board. It is the administration's responsibility, not Dr. Dean Period, because he just got here. It is the administration's responsibility to present us options to control costs, to increase student achievement, and provide quality education. We cannot pick on one department, as we've seen this past year. So you're right, we need to have we need to hear a plan and talk, and we will hopefully in the fall hear that.
There are a few observations I'd like to share.
So you can take any other.
Thank you. Before I make my budget comments, I'd like to quickly address a related matter. This teachers union continues to attack and try to smear my character with accusations, innuendos, false truths, and half-truths. Considering the sidesteps, missteps, and total wipeouts I've experienced in 50 years of owning businesses, it's pretty easy to do. In making those decisions, the only person to really be affected was me. The teachers union, however, makes decisions that affect the 3,427 students in the CB school district, of which only 42% are proficient in math and 58% are proficient in reading. When I was in school, anything below 60 was a flunking grade. How we ended up with a B+ rating is beyond me. The teachers union, however, when they make these decisions, is because the teachers union can't provide a single material proposal on how increasing teacher salaries is going to resolve or prevent the growing number of students in our district who identifies as cats and meow throughout their entire day. Okay? It's just ridiculous. Well, it's easy to, again, attack me and lock yourselves out. In the meantime, I also have this to say. We are scheduled to vote on the proposed budget tonight. As everyone is aware, the district's 2024-25 budget will have a deficit. Expenditures for that same time period are anticipated at $78.3 million, and revenues are at $76.4 million. Inflation and insurance costs are causing these increases, as are our exorbitant teachers' salaries and benefits for current teachers and retired. At this point, we're looking at almost a $3 billion deficit. In the past, the previous board's solutions for everything was raise taxes. That'll cover it, we'll raise taxes. Well, the school district is not the only thing affected by inflation and rising costs. Our tax base is affected by it too. Our elderly citizens and our citizens that are disabled or on fixed incomes that cannot absorb another tax increase. Single parents working 2 jobs just to meet basic needs cannot absorb another tax increase. All right? 2-parent households also working 2 jobs to meet needs can't absorb another tax increase. People that work 12 months out of the year versus or minus 2 weeks of vacation cannot absorb another tax increase to pay for the salaries of teachers that only work 185 days a year.
My God. Wow.
66% of the teachers are at the top of the union's pay scale. If a teacher is 60 years old and on retirement and has benefits, if that teacher would have accepted the early retirement and been replaced by an entry-level teacher with medical coverage, the district would have saved almost $210,000 over 5 years. If that teacher is not replaced, the savings over 5 years is almost $516,000. Teachers were offered a very generous early retirement package. We only needed 25 teachers to accept the retirement, but for some reason only 6 did. Why is that? Who convinced the teachers that it wasn't a good deal? If we were on Jeopardy, this is where contestant would say, what is a teacher's union? So why would the teachers union recommend against the teachers at the top of the pay scale, knowing what our financial situation is, not to take the early retirement? Teachers were offered, but they did not accept. Having gone to Chartiers Valley and we're living in this community, being involved in Chartiers Valley school activities, the board members here are invested in doing what's best for the students. To ensure that they receive optimum in-class instruction, have access to electives, sports, and the arts. Living in this area most or all of our lives, the board members are also invested in being fair for the taxpayers. Without any connection to the students or the community or concern for how it would be funded, the union wants to increase teacher salaries again in 2 years. In doing so, that would accelerate the time in which the deficit is unsustainable, resulting in the need to furlough teachers, cut electives, and activities. How does that help the students? It doesn't. We need to revisit presenting the early retirement package and present it in a way that the teachers see the value in it. On May 14th, we were getting ready to appoint a new superintendent, and that night a mob showed up. And that mob was hell-bent on making sure we didn't vote. And they did it through intimidation, they did it through threats and everything else. So I'm here to tell you that I'm not voting for any tax increase of any kind. If we drive the car off of the cliff, you can go back to that May 14th incident and give yourselves credit for doing that. Thank you.
Hello, hi. I'm not really sure what to say after that, but number one, I moved my mother here. She's disabled. She's also a senior citizen on a fixed income, and I chose to move her to Chartiers Valley on purpose from Lake Trow, Westmoreland County, which only has a 6% tax rate, just saying. And so now I'm thinking about many things when I do decide whether we should increase taxes or not, because I'm thinking of my mother, who's here on a fixed income, but also I'm conflicted because I have children in the district who benefit from the education that they're getting here, and I also am a teacher myself, so I understand the value of the teachers. But by no means is the tax increase reflective of teacher salary, because that is not what tax increases go to, just saying. But besides that, the only way for us to stay afloat and maintain the level that we have and hope test scores is to increase taxes. And I hate to say that, but that affects myself, that affects my mother, who I'm picking up also, but that's what we need to do for our kids, because the kids come first. We do represent the community, but they can't support the children and do what they need to do if they don't have what they need to do that, and they need our support.
Okay, Kim, may I have a roll call vote on this, please?
Mr. Baradsky,
Yes.
Mr. Chura,
Yes.
Mrs. Heem,
Yes.
Mr. Montana,
No.
Mrs. Sexton, Mrs. Trainer,
No.
Mr. Oliver,
Yes.
Dr. Mariano.
Yes. The motion passes. Moving on to the public comments on non-agenda items. Mr. Oliver.
If anyone has signed in to speak on non-agenda items, when your name's called, please come up, state your name and address. We have 3 minutes. Kim, has anybody signed up?
Yes, there are a few people. Marlena Gerke,
Good evening. Marlena Griffin, 30 Davis Drive, Saskatchewan. Since I have begun attending school board meetings in earnest a couple of months ago, I have become increasingly frustrated by the quality of our school district's governing body. Case in point, during the June 11th workshop meeting, out of the 15 agenda items under budget and finance, only 5 had any additional comments prior to voting, and of those 5, only 3 were actual discussions. By the most generous measure, a 33% discussion rate for a workshop is unacceptable. The taxpayers of this community deserve more than 7 in one body, and yes, I can count now, so feel free to reflect that on your input. We expect a governing body that provides our community with meaningful discussion and transparent decision-making. We expect a governing body that brings ideas to the table. Seeing as representing the school system, it seems only fitting that I should begin grading each of you on your participation and on the quality of your participation, including negative participation points for behavior unbecoming of an elected adult. Think along with the common parenting lines, watch your language, and fix your face. I will post the results the following day for community members' review on an open social media platform. The beauty of our representative system with our free exchange of ideas means that if people find value in my grading, it may drive a change of behavior in this governing body. If they think it is biased, it will have no effect on public opinion. That said, those of you who are currently not participating are encouraged. In fact, I plead with you to please step it up. Do your homework and come prepared with meaningful input and ideas to discuss. If that is not what you signed up for, feel free to step out. This is not personal and it is strictly nonpartisan. Discussion quality will not be based on the degree to which I agree. Merely is it germane to the topic at hand, and is it worth the time it took for you to say it? It is my sincere wish that this simple form of accountability will inspire you to improve your performance for the sake of our school district. We as a community cannot expect our school administration to be results-oriented and improve our school children's performance. We do not have a results-oriented, performance-driven school board supporting that initiative. Thank you.
Emily Marco,
Marco, 23 Cleveland Drive,
You haven't even done your full 4 years and you're already trying to get voted out. That tells me that your priority is not here. And as the last person who just spoke said, maybe you should step aside now if you are not here for Chartiers Valley community. I also wanted to make a note, since I guess we have a new process in place for the consent agenda, that we just blanket vote on it. That in the HR report, that our director of finance has resigned. I'm sorry, Mrs. Connolly, that no one had the decency to even thank you for the time that you have been here and all the hard work that you put into it. But I at least would like to thank you for the work that you've done here and taken on several positions that are not yours. Additionally, in the last 3 months, 7 people out of the administration have resigned. I personally am very concerned about that. I obviously see many reasons why people would leave the way that you all are treating other unions, but you're not going to have anybody left. Again, all you're doing is destroying the district by reputation, by financial harm. So unless that's actually your agenda item to destroy the district, we really need you to start stepping into your role and making decisions that are helping all of the students and the families and the community of Chartiers Valley.
Ashley Murphy.
One of the things that I'm really looking forward to is those workshop meetings. We were in the community discussing that, and in the past, or have had that interaction where you're not just sitting at the table telling us what you're going to do and not involving us. That would be something to consider for the future. Additionally, in 2024, our school's performance level since 2022, 2 years, has dropped 10 spots. And this is at the same time that other school districts are struggling as well. They're fluctuating. So to drop that many spots, literally 10 spots. So with this new budget in place that is already at a deficit, I would like to know what are the plans to bring us back into the green. Are we cutting programs now, which will just drop our performance even lower? Do you have plans? What is the goal for this upcoming school year to help bring us back up to where we were last year, the year before? Again, 10 spots. They're not getting done that much in the past couple years. Additionally, I do want to say one thing that I'm not part of any union. I'm not a teacher at all. I'm a parent of students who go here. I'm a taxpayer. And I do just want to mention one thing. Mr. Broski, if anyone has any remarks, which I have, it is in response to the comments you were publicly making on the team, on those YouTube videos from when you were running for the state division. And that is the response. We're not making this up while you're here. It's something you are putting out there, and we are responding to. And again, I'm not for the teachers union, and I'm right for it.
Mimi Exler.
Mimi Exler, still at 10:17. Mr. Mariano, you are right at the beginning of the meeting, when you removed the item of the rack at the auditorium. Nobody wants that. nobody wants it, and nobody knows where that came from. So does anybody know where that came from? Who suggested that? The people who work in the auditorium, who direct shows, who build the shows, nobody requested that. We don't know where that came from. And the fact that the board was going to vote on spending $2,100 on something that nobody asked for, nobody wanted, is very concerning. You know, we don't need a horse in the lobby. Each show decorates the lobby in their own theme, and that would highly clash with all of that. If you would like to spend $2,100 in the auditorium, we could give you a laundry list of items that are worth the money. In addition to the rigging system, and I'm still hoping it does get done this summer. I don't think we got real dates there, but in general, I think that talking to the people who work in the auditorium or any area of the schools is the first step. Nobody ever talked to anybody in the auditorium about this grant. Nobody ever consulted, nobody ever was asked. So where did it come from? Please talk to the people who work in the auditorium. You have 6 teachers in the school that work in the auditorium. Maybe 7. So they work in there. They know what goes on. They know what the students need. They know what they need for successful productions. So please, talk to the people who work there who are willing to spend money. And what, you know, and that goes across the board. Spending money is to spend money. And then voting on budget with a deficit. You know, 2 and 2 doesn't equal 5. And why didn't you accept those 6 teachers' retirement? You could have saved that money. Why didn't you accept it? Why was it an ultimatum? Why was it having 25 people? 6 people could have saved some money there. And lastly, you said the stadium will be ready hopefully by the first football game, but will it be ready on July 22nd for band camp? Will the camp then be able to have their band camp at the high school, on high school field?
No.
Matt Peterson.
Matt Peterson, 7 Rockfield Road. I don't, when you pull something out of a very high level construction report, just in detail, you mentioned that the quoting major cost is finished by August 25th. That's not the date that athletes will be trained, especially with the track. We need training required at track from January. The prospect is moving up classification this year. That's out of control, but it's going to pose significant challenges from the competition standpoint and success standpoint. A desperately needed training facility. They have 1 2 years without it. You can move projects forward under speed. That's reality. There's many other positions you can take under control. Lots of options there. It's just important to explore those and execute on those and move the track forward instead of waiting too long for athletes are suffering. In the spring, they suffered last fall, and I'm very concerned we're going to suffer again in the second training season on our track, and potentially entire second season without that track. It's part of cross country. We start on that track, finish on that track, we get spring practices to help with quick starts. It's a tool that our athletes have figured out.
That was the last one, Mr. Linder.
Mr. Nancy, correct? Okay, Mr. Nancy, I got you. Thank you for bringing up some of that. They were very good points. The practices and trainings are absolutely vital and important. Unfortunately, I don't believe that the field is going to be ready, so our athletic director train as much as they need to. It just, but it won't be on the field with the track, this summer.
Just to be clear, those efforts last year were absolute failure. That did not work at all.
Okay.
The bus was a part of that. We did not have good access to the
Okay, I'm gonna talk to, our athletic director every day and see if we can't get this figured out, but absolutely that's a high priority issue. To figure out how to make sure all of our businesses in a meaningful way. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to announce our next school board meeting is July 9th, 2024. May I have a motion to adjourn? Motion made by Mr. Short, and second. Second by Ms. Heen, all in favor? Aye. Meeting has been adjourned.